Hola, baby burritos! Welcome to another edition of Dance Mommy Vlog. Dance, Mommy Vlog. Such a dork. And he's not even with me in this video. We had a lot of fun last night making videos, you can tell. I don't have, well, I do have just some of my plain Mickey ears right here. Of course, I could wear the tiara I wore for our wedding. I could do that. We got married in Vegas, honeymoon in Disney. So, how about that? So, hi Josie. What's the matter, honey? Boot it? We'll go watch PJ Masks. You want to say hi, Josie? You want to say hi? Come here, baby girl. Say hi, Josie.
Hi, Josie.
You love kisses? Oh, I love you so much. I'm not going to put a big red blotch on your face. I think my lips actually got too red. God, did I say that?
Yeah.
Never mind that. I may edit that out. Say what, baby? Oh, I love you. Can you go watch PJ Masks while I do this?
No.
Okay. Of course, she's going to want down in 2 minutes. So today I am going to cover my top 10 table service one dining credit restaurant at Walt Disney World. The criteria for this one, and if anyone wants to do this, I tag you and just tag me in your video so I can see what you say. It has to be table service, obviously. It has to be one dining credit, and it cannot be a character meal. And the reason why is I'm going to do a top 10 of the character meals because I've done everything except for Mickey's Backyard Barbecue. Other than that, I've been at least to the restaurant. I haven't done all the meals. Like I've done like a breakfast here and not a lunch or dinner. Just don't do that. So yeah. So like I said, the criteria is, and I'm not. And it actually turned into a top 15. Okay, Josie, enough of that. Go watch PJ Masks. Thank you. Like I said, has to be table service, one dining credit, and not a character meal. And then we'll do another tag video later for character meals. Okay, this is my top 15 table service, one credit meal. Okay, number 15 is actually a tie between Tony's Town Square in Magic Kingdom and Liberty Tree Tavern, which is also in Magic Kingdom. Liberty Tree, I haven't been in a very long time, and they recently refurbed it, so I'm curious to see how the refurb goes. And my last experience there wasn't that good. The meal wasn't that good. It was much better. The food and the atmosphere to me was much better when it was a character meal, with the Pilgrim, Minnie, and Chip and Dale and Goofy. Tony's Town Square, I've heard a lot of negative reviews. I can't honestly say that I disliked it. I actually thought it was pretty good. It's just, but in comparison to the others, it's okay. It's okay, but I haven't had a bad meal there. I've heard a lot of people complain about it, but honestly, as far as ambiance, especially like if you're able to get by the window, Josie, if you're able to get by the window to see the castle, I think it's a very pretty restaurant, and I haven't been disappointed in the food. I know others have. So that's just my opinion. So number 15 is a tie between Tony's Town Square and Liberty Tree Tavern. Number 15, Yak Yeti in Animal Kingdom. I like the food. The day that we were there, it was just super hot, and everybody in Florida was in that place. Josie, please stop strumming the guitar. I told you not to do that. Thank you. So, of course, she's gonna act up because that's what she does. She's 2.5. I can't complain. So like I said, Yak Yeti, the firecracker shrimp was really good. I guess it was just so super hot that day and it was so crowded. For me, it was just okay. To me, actually, their counter service is much better. Just my opinion, like I said. The magic of editing. So number 13 is the Wave of American Flavors. We did breakfast there this past trip. I had never been there before. I was pretty impressed with their breakfast buffet. Had a lot of interesting things on it, like eggs Benedict and the convenience to Magic Kingdom. You can get a very early breakfast reservation and go over there and be back for Magic Kingdom on time. And I've heard that the lunch and dinner menus are pretty good too. I'm gonna have to try it sometime. But I was very impressed with the Wave of American Flavors. Once again, that's in the Contemporary Resort. So you can actually, once you get off the bus for Magic Kingdom, you can just take a right and walk right over to the Contemporary. It takes like 10 minutes, if that. If you want to wait on the monorail, you can, but just to get over there quickly, just hop right over there. Once again, that is the Wave of American Flavors in the Contemporary Resort. Number 12 is another tie, and to me, these are two of what I call hidden gems. They're not very highly touted, and unless you're staying in the resort, you don't really know much about it. But number 12 for me is the Maya Grill, which is at Coronado Springs, and Boatwrights, which is at Port Orleans Riverside. Our honeymoon trip, we went to Maya Grill. I was just trying to try new restaurants, and to me, we went over to Coronado Springs to eat there specifically, and it gave us a chance to look at Coronado Springs as well. It's a beautiful resort. I really enjoyed the food there. It's kind of a Tex-Mex type of feel. There's a lot of cilantro involved, so if you're kind of a anti-cilantro, and I know some people are, you might want to steer clear, but I really enjoyed it. I don't know necessarily if I would, go out of my way again unless I was staying at Coronado Springs, which I would love to do. It's absolutely gorgeous. But the food is really good there. So it's something worth checking out if you kind of like a hidden gem that's not, and there was hardly anyone there when we ate there. So if you want kind of a quiet meal away from the parks, it's for you. And Boatwrights, we've stayed at Port Orleans Riverside, and we ate there, I want to say my birthday trip in 2012 when I found out I was pregnant with her. They've got great steaks. I think I had the prime rib, if I'm not mistaken. And like I said, unless you're actually staying there, you don't really think about it that much. And I find both of them to be excellent food. Boat rides can get a little noisy if Port Orleans Riverside used to be a nice quiet resort, but that little area and around your rooms, it's still a very quiet, peaceful area. But in that in the front area where you've got the Riverside, their counter service, and just that little gym area, it was where concierge and everything was. It's starting to get really, really crowded there. So at least the last time we went and stayed there, it was pretty crowded. But both restaurants are great. So once again, number 12, Maya Grill at Coronado Springs, and Boatwrights at Port Orleans Riverside. Number 13, Mama Melrose, which is at Hollywood Studios. Gooch has actually never eaten there. And it's been, I think 2009 was the last time I ate there. But I found the food to be very, very good. And it's got the story behind the restaurant, because everything at Disney is themed and to the nth degree. The story behind the restaurant is pretty interesting. It's going to be, I don't know if it's going to stay open with all the expansions going on. I hope it does, because there's not a whole lot to choose from as far as table service at Hollywood Studios right now, with all the expansion going on. Or period. There really hasn't been much in the way of that at the parks. But if you're looking for decent Italian food, and you're in Hollywood Studios and you don't want to leave the park to get good Italian food, I do recommend Mama Melrose. So, and once again, that's number 13, Mama Melrose at Hollywood Studios. That was number 11. Sorry. Number 10, getting into the top 10, Trails End Buffet at the campground at Fort Wilderness, the Fort Wilderness campground. I have done, I'm trying to think, I think I've done the dinner buffet, and last time when we were there, we did the breakfast buffet. If you want a nice quiet meal, once again, a nice quiet meal close to Magic Kingdom, and you kind of want to get away from the hectic pace of the park and the crowds, I definitely recommend Trails End. It is and once again, they do really early reservations for breakfast. I think we had a 7 o'clock, and I was able to get it like 2 weeks before we left to go. And when we were there were only 2 people, maybe, two other couples other than us that were there. You do have to take a boat from Magic Kingdom to get there, or if you're staying at Wilderness Lodge, take a boat from Wilderness Lodge. They usually run buses because of Hoop-De-Doo, or run boats because of Hoop-De-Doo, or you can take the bus to Fort Wilderness. I definitely recommend it. The breakfast buffet is great, and I've also heard, and it's been a long time since I've actually eaten the dinner buffet there, so I'm talking about like 2006, 2007, but I definitely recommend trying it out if you want quiet and good food. And this is coming from someone who doesn't like buffets, so keep that in mind. But I definitely recommend number 10, Trails End Buffet at Fort Wilderness Campground. All right, number 9, Sci-Fi Dine-In Theater at Hollywood Studios. I really liked it. I really enjoyed it. You can see the cat walking by there. The ambiance, as far as like an all immersive experience with a theme, you're not going to get much better than Sci-Fi Dine-In. My only complaint about it was it's dark. You don't have a whole lot of room. Although once you get in the booths, it's not as crowded as you think it is. But it's like you're sitting in cars, like you're in an old drive-in, and they show clips of really horrible B, C, D horror movies, and sci-fi movies from the 50s and 60s. The food is good. I had tried it back in 2003, and it didn't really leave much of an impression on me. But when we ate there last time, I was really impressed with it. I think I'd be even more impressed with it had we not just been stuffed. And you have to go back and watch my other video, which you can be tagged below. I will leave the link for that below. But as far as decent food in Hollywood Studios and being immersed in an experience, you don't get much better than Sci-Fi Dine-In Theater at Hollywood Studios, and that's number 9 on my list. Number 8, Raglan Road at Disney Springs. And this probably would have been higher, but we didn't have a very good experience last time. And once again, I'll put the link down below to that dining review for that. But the other 2 times that I had eaten there, the food was fantastic. The service was great. I always get the fish and chips just because that's how I roll. But the food and the atmosphere is great. It's very much the English pub feel. They have Irish dancers there, to entertain. And if you're in Disney Springs, it's kind of in the middle of where between the west side and the marketplace. Is kind of in the middle. There was a lot of construction going on there, so we kind of had to walk all the way around to get to everything. And I'd forgotten that they had closed our original dock that was close to the restaurant to build the boathouse, and so the dock was all the way at the bus station, and we had to walk all the way around. Not realizing that there was a shorter trail on the bridge. It's in the video. But once you're in there, the food is great. The atmosphere is great. Definitely worth checking out while you're at Disney Springs, and that is Raglan Road, number 8. All right, number 7, Tutto Italia at Epcot in the Italy Pavilion. If I want Italian food while at Walt Disney World, I'm going to go to Tutto Italia. The experience that we had there on our honeymoon was fantastic. The food was delicious, and it's even though it's a 1 credit and they do have a children's menu, I don't necessarily know if I would take Josie in, at least at this age right now, because to me it's a little bit more of a romantic setting. But as far as food goes, to me the pasta was perfect. It wasn't mushy, but it wasn't, you didn't break your teeth on it. But the food was good. The flavors and the ambiance. It was a gorgeous meal in a gorgeous surrounding. And basically, it's my goal to try to eat at all of the sit-down restaurants in Epcot at some point or another. But I never did get to go there when it was the actual Alfredo's. It used to be Alfredo's. The people I went with before had no desire to do Italian. Whatever. But Tutto Italia was, to me, delicious and a perfect setting. Although the seating can get a little bit crowded, not quite as bad as say Le Cellier, where it feels like you're sitting on top of your neighbor. But ambiance, food, both. Definitely check it out if you're in the mood for Italian food. Well, at Epcot, Italy Pavilion, Tutto Italia, number 7. Number 6 is Boma, which is at Animal Kingdom Lodge. As I've said before, I'm not a buffet person in any stretch of the imagination. I don't like buffets normally, except at Disney, because they're really clean and the stations are manned well. Boma is probably, as far as food quality and taste goes, the best buffet that I've ever had. Even being in Vegas, there's an array of African inspired dishes. They're very much on top of if you've got allergies, and I'll give you an example. When we went there for our Disney Moon, I had gotten a salad, and they actually put they put the ingredients on the card that's up above. I didn't bother to read it, and had I read it, I would have known that there were radishes in it, and I'm allergic to radishes. But I got it anyway, not paying attention, sat down and took a bite of it and went, man, this is good. And then I looked down and saw a radish and just freaked out, going, oh my God, please don't tell me I just ate a radish. Turns out I didn't. My bite did not have a radish in it, but the waitress heard what was going on and was like, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I didn't eat the radish, but I'm allergic to it, and my fault. But she went and told the chef, and the chef came out and reassured me and actually pointed out which dishes did and didn't have radishes so that I wouldn't make the same mistake. They took that time to make sure that any sort of food allergy was addressed. I thought you don't really get that much on a buffet, you know. At least I haven't in the experiences that I've had. But I thought the food quality was excellent. It is a little crowded and can get loud, but it's a huge space. And you're right there at Animal Kingdom Lodge, so you can go out, you know, before your reservation or after your reservation, and go and look out on the little savannah area and see some animals if they're out. It's a beautiful restaurant and the food is fantastic. And once again, that's number 6, Boma at Animal Kingdom Lodge. All right, we're getting into the top 5. So top 5, number 5 for me is an oldie but a goodie for us. It is Coral Reef, which is in the Seas Pavilion at Epcot. I've heard so many negative reviews about this place, but I have never had a bad experience, and to me the food is always great. I love Coral Reef. And once again, the ambiance is fantastic. You're in this, you can actually be in a booth. You're not sitting right on top of your neighbors, which is very nice. It's a very romantic setting, but you can take kids to it because the front wall is the aquarium that you ride through to do the Seas with Nemo ride. But you're there, you get to see the fish swimming around. They have a 90-something-year-old turtle that is always, he's usually kind of hanging out around here, and sometimes he'll swim around. So you have top-notch ambiance and atmosphere. And to me, I've never had a bad meal there. I have a dining review from the last trip, if you read below. I've heard my girl with Eating My Ears, I love her. If you check out her channel. She did not have a good experience with the lobster bisque. And when I saw her, I was disappointed. And I actually told her, I'm like, I hate that you had a bad experience with that because mine was delicious. Mine actually had lobster chunks in it. But, you know, everyone has a different experience and has different opinions. My opinion is it seems like we always wind up going to Coral Reef at some point. Because the seafood's good, their steaks are good. Just, you know, we just always go there. I can't explain it, but if you're in the mood for seafood or steak and you want beautiful ambiance in a kind of a romantic setting, I highly recommend Coral Reef at the Seas Pavilion in Epcot. Number 4, this is a fun one, Whispering Canyon Cafe at Wilderness Lodge. This is one of the first restaurants I ever ate at Walt Disney World in my first trip in 2001. It is so much fun. Our waiter, and I still sing his praises to this day, and I hope he's still there when we take Josie. He was still there when we went in 2012. The best waiter on Disney property I've ever experienced. His name is I think his real name is Sergio, but they call him Senor Dusty Trails. But you go in and there's a lot of running gags in this restaurant. Like the waiters and waitresses will mess with you. So if you're at all sensitive and don't want to have a good time, do not even bother going to this place. Like he made for me, he took these giant coffee filters and made a bonnet for me. And when I tried to take it off, he slapped my hand. I was like, no. My husband, if you drink your drink too fast, they will write out on a piece of paper or on a sticker and put it on your shirt that says fast pass to the bathroom. And will make you stand up. And they will point out that now he has a fast pass to the bathroom, and people will laugh, and then they will say, well, don't laugh now because he's on his way to the pool. They have a little thing where the kids will run around. I'm looking for with the little wooden horses. I'm really looking forward to that with Josie. That's going to be great. And they have an a la carte menu, and then they have like an all you can eat feast that you will just leave stuffed, and the food is great. I don't know if I've ever eaten off the a la carte menu before. I think I've always gotten the all you care to eat feast. It's got like, I want to say it's got like roast beef and turkey and mashed potatoes, and it's kind of like that kind of food, kind of like almost like a comfort food thing. But it asks for ketchup. Whether you're going to have ketchup with your meal, just one time, ask for ketchup, and that's all I'm going to say. Just do it. Like I said, though, if you do not have a sense of humor and you want a nice quiet meal, do not go to this restaurant. But if you like to have fun and you like to really engage your waiter or waitress, now hopefully you will get one. I have heard of people going there and not getting any sort of interaction with their waiter or waitress, which really disappoints me for them. But just know ahead of time that it may happen. So once again, number 4 is Whispering Canyon Cafe at the Wilderness Lodge. Number 3, and I love this place, it is the Rose and Crown at the UK Pavilion in Epcot. Hi, baby girl, come here. So yeah, Rose and Crown is right there on the water. It has the best viewing of Wishes. So you can, if you're lucky enough to eat on the patio, which I have before, you can actually watch Wishes while you eat your dinner, which is really, really cool. Or if you're there during dinner time at all, Josie, if you're there at dinner time at all, you can, seriously? Josie, okay, all right, here, you're about to tear Mommy's finger off. Ow! Ow! All right, go. All right, go watch your show. Thank you. She's like almost falling out of socket. If you're actually there for dinner and you're not sitting out on the patio, they do have a special viewing area for their guests only. But the food, it's an English pub. The best fish and chips on property. Even better than Rose and Crown, especially after the last experience I had in Rose and Crown. But it's a really cool, fun atmosphere. I actually ate there in 2012, actually on my birthday. And it's just, I just think it's fantastic. It's, I wouldn't call it a romantic setting unless maybe you're eating out on the patio, but the food is just really, really good. And I give it 2, 4, 6, 8 thumbs up. So once again, that's number 3, Rose and Crown at the UK Pavilion in Epcot. Number 2, and if you watched our last video, you know it's our tradition, as is tradition, to eat at Beaches and Cream, which is at the Beach Club Resort. It's a 50s type diner. It comes complete with this awesome Wurlitzer jukebox, but it has hands down the best hamburger or cheeseburgers on Disney property. Hands down. I don't know what they do, but they have the best burgers. Their fries are good. They have great onion rings. Their shakes, they have the best desserts on property, the best ice cream. Our favorite dessert is the No Way Jose, which is chocolate fudge and peanut butter with ice cream, served in like a hurricane type glass. Excuse me. It is, if you got a sweet tooth, this is going to do it for you. I'm not even going to lie. It's fantastic, and it is the home of the kitchen sink. I'm not going to take too much time. I have done the kitchen sink before. Charlie says that he can do the kitchen sink by himself, but I highly doubt it. I have to see it to believe it. So, anyway, once again, Beaches and Cream, best burgers on property. Number 2, located at the Beach Club. And number 1, if you saw the last video, you know what my number 1 is. It is 50s Primetime Cafe at Hollywood Studios. The setting is like your mom's kitchen in the 50s. Complete with old 50s type televisions showing like the old Mickey Mouse Club, the like Ozzie and Harriet, I Married Joan, all those 50s shows, and it's like you're sitting in your mom's kitchen. In fact, when they call, they don't use a loudspeaker saying, beam party, like beam family party of 3, and it's just like that. It's and the food is so awesome. You will not leave there hungry. I guarantee you. They have stuff that's kind of like a comfort food type thing, like fried chicken, meatloaf. They have a great stuffed pork chop. They also have really good shakes. They have a peanut butter and jelly shake. The first time I heard that, I was like, oh my god, that sounds disgusting, and I tried it and it was really good. They have great desserts, but their shtick is once you get to the table, they throw the silverware at you and say, all right, set the table. They tell you no elbows on the table, just like your mom would tell you, and you have to eat all your veggies. This is another place where if you do not have a sense of humor, do not even bother going, because you're going to have a bad time, because they're going to pick on you. And if you don't want to be picked on and you want to be a ninny, don't go. Just don't go. But if you're wanting to have a fun meal, great food, great ambiance, 50s Primetime Cafe at Hollywood Studios, my number 1. So, with that in mind, I want to tag everyone that watches this video, especially Yoho Disney and Disney at heart. I want your top 10 table service, 1 dining credit that's not a character meal. So, I also want to hear from you guys. Comment below. Give me your top 10 or your top 5. Just I want to hear what your experiences are at the ones I put on my list. I keep forgetting I did a top 15. You can do a top 10, top 15, top 20, whatever. So, yeah. I'm going to sign off with that. Because I can't believe it's already 30 minutes. So, once again, I tag everyone who watches this. I want to hear what you have to say. So, comment, like, thumbs up, and subscribe. I want to thank all of my subscribers and everyone who watches me. Mwah! I love you guys. You guys are the best in the world. And I will see you in the next. I'm doing a series, a top 10, top 5 series for the Disney trip. So I will see you on the next video, guys. Mwah! Love, peace, and rock! Rock! Alright, guys. Mwah! Love.